In a distant land, long ago, there lived a king known for his fairness and gentle nature. His palace stood tall in the heart of the empire, glowing each night with the soft light of oil lamps and torches, as if justice itself lived within its walls. The king believed that a ruler's true strength lay not in his armies, but in the compassion he showed to his people. Yet, within his court stood a minister whose heart was filled not with wisdom, but with malice. He outwardly bowed before the king, offering flattering words and false loyalty, but inside he carried envy, pride, and a desire to lead the king toward cruelty. Whenever the king wished to show mercy, the minister would whisper danger into his ears. Whenever the king began to forgive, the minister would urge him toward harshness. And because the minister's speech was coated in manipulation, many could not see his true face. One day, a man was brought before the king, accused of a crime he had not committed. The man trembled as he stood in the palace hall, chains around his wrist, fear in his eyes. He could hardly speak from shock. The king looked at him and felt compassion rising within his heart. There was something honest in the man's expression, something innocent and sincere. Before the king could make his decision, the evil minister stepped forward. With great confidence, he advised the king to deliver strict punishment. He insisted that leniency would weaken the throne, that mercy would invite rebellion, and that this man deserved to be made an example. His voice carried authority, but his heart carried poison. The king remained silent. Although he trusted his own instincts, he found himself troubled by the minister's constant push toward cruelty. The more the minister spoke, the more unrest entered the king's heart. For days he could not sleep peacefully, and a cloud of doubt began to shadow his thoughts. Then, one night, while the king slept, he saw a powerful dream. An angel descended from the heavens, radiant, majestic, and filled with light. The angel spoke with a voice that shook the king's soul. It said, "O just ruler, God has placed this kingdom in your hands so that you may lift the oppressed, not crush the innocent. Beware of the minister who leads you toward injustice. He is not your friend. He is your downfall." The king awoke with tears in his eyes, his heart pounding with truth. The dream had cleared his confusion. He realized that his minister's words were not guidance, but deception, a path that would eventually ruin both his rule and his soul. The next morning, the king entered his throne hall with a resolve stronger than steel. The torches flickered along the tall pillars as he took his place upon the throne. His ministers, his soldiers, and the people of the court gathered around him, unaware of the decision that weighed upon his mind. The evil minister, confident as always, stepped forward to stand near the king. But the king's eyes no longer looked upon him with trust. They looked upon him with understanding, a quiet, powerful realization. With a firm voice, the king spoke to the entire court. He said that a ruler is destroyed not by his enemies, but by those corrupt advisors who pretend to be loyal, while filling his heart with cruelty. He declared that a minister who encourages injustice is not a helper, but a hidden enemy. And before the entire court, the king removed the wicked minister from his position, stripping him of the power he had misused. In his place, the king appointed a wise and gentle advisor, a man who valued mercy over malice, and who understood that the strength of a kingdom is built upon fairness and compassion. After this decision, peace returned to the land. The king slept with a clear conscience, and the people felt safe under his rule. His throne glowed brighter, not because of gold or jewels, but because of the justice that illuminated his heart. And thus, Sheikh Saadi teaches us through this story that a ruler must always be cautious of who stands beside him. A bad advisor can lead even a good king toward destruction, but a wise counselor guides him toward honor, kindness, and everlasting respect.